Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are on our way to another day of greatness. Huh?
Deep frozen.
Ja, dan moest de kühlschrank een beetje naar voren draaien, zo half draai. Ja, toe gaan ze einde van mees, ne? The complainer is awake. The complainer is awake. As soon as the complainer is awake, my day starts. By the way, the complainer was that one. Mr. Bones Malone is awake. Good morning, Mr. Joe Dry Bones Malone. Mr. Dr. Alex Nessie MD is on Do Not Disturb. Jeremy is online. Restreambot app is online. Wesley is online. Rhapsody, Hylas, Aaron, everybody is online, man. That is so cool. So every day we come 1.0.6, we come closer to A class 4.99. So just having clean races. Sometimes it gets a little bit difficult. We have some rammers and people just taking other people out. But it is what it is. And oh, I never locked. Using custom hub for this one. And then I go to race lab so I can lock. And I need to lock this, otherwise I cannot do any. That's why half of the things was not working.
Car 8 just hit the fastest lap, 37.493. Car 3 just hit the fastest lap, 37.266.
Oh, this is cool, man. Jeez, these guys are fast. So I'm working on my Photoshop version of the livery. I am trying to figure out how to do the chrome. Let me see where these people are from. California, Julian, Jaden, Adam. I'm just looking for one name, and that should be more than enough. I still need. Hey, Fitz, are you driving Petite Le Mans with the GT3s and the Delaras? Ha! That is a good one. Oh, wait. Let me just quickly. I just need to unlock this quickly. Unlock. I need this out of the way. I mean, it's a cool one, but I do not want that right in my. And that I want also out of the way. The telemetry I want a little bit better there. Was maakt die Yves Noël? I'm just looking for a better place to set this. There we go. No, I just want this more in the eye, just not there. And then lock this. Let me quickly see where is the lock position. Lock position. There we go. Let me see, where is I am still doing testing on my, let me just quickly see, where is what time is the race? 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 Or are you doing a test? That is the question, because this upcoming weekend is the 6 hours of man, Silverstone. So Silverstone and Petite Le Mans. So we have to see which race we're gonna do, because we'll have to see. I'll have a talk. We can have a chat after the race. Let me just get awake and No, I meant, are you driving it now? Because, you know, I think there's also a race on it this week. But Road America is Road Atlanta. Is it Road Atlanta, right? Now that's cool because we're going to do it also with John. We can train, dude. We can do both on the weekend. We can do both races on the weekend. Ooh, I'm still waking up, eh? I am still waking up. California, Canada, Japan. Julian Gray from Japan. Jaden Pizzariello. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. I got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old that needs to get to the kindergarten, man. That is very, very important.
The estimated SOF is 1,269. Remember to take the joker. There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish. Remember, you can't...
There you go.
Green, green, green. Left side. Clear on the left. Clear left. Got a slow car on the left. Left side. Clear on the left. Clear left.
Oh, this is a different layout, man.
Left side. Clear on the left. Clear left. You can clear the joker lap. Car on your right. Go left. Clear. Go left. Got a slow car on the right.
Thank you. I always do this for fun in the morning.
The car in P2 just set the fastest lap. 37.388. That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap. 36.888.
Let me just get a
Car
clean
in
run.
P4 just set the fastest lap. 36.573. Car stopped ahead. Car stopped on the left. Car stopped on the left. Car stopped on the left. Slow car ahead. Got a slow car on the left. Car stopped ahead. Next car is the leader. Go right. 2 to go. The leader just did a 38.537. Car 8 has taken the lead. White flag. One more lap to go.
So, there we go. Clear run. Not much of iRating, but it's fine. And let's quickly see here. GT Sprint Autodromo Nacional Monza José Carlos Pace. Yes, we are definitely up for the 10 hour for the 10 hour Petite Le Mans. Did you guys see that this is a minimum class D license to drive this? Which race do you guys want to do? Which slot? October 19. That is Saturday. Are you still there, dude? Which race do you wanna? Which race do you guys wanna do? Which slot? Because for me, I'm Saturday. There's a slot very, very early. That would mean Friday night at 12 o'clock it starts, and it runs till 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then, from there it starts at regular intervals. Oh my God. There's not a lot of guys doing races this morning. Or Commonards. Makoni. Oh, I did this one yesterday. I banged out it at the fourth lap. I need to get into Xfinity again. There's now a few people at Arkham. Have you guys got the setup for the McLaren for the Petit Le Mans, or which car were you planning to drive? Oh, now nobody's talking to me. Oh no. Um, Let me just see here. What is this? Can't believe that thing runs at 100 degrees. run the benchmark. So we're trying to figure out where to get the processor. 3148. Now let's write that one 50 and run the benchmark. Three one 48. So this one is at 4.5 gigahertz. We are overclocking it. That doesn't bring a lot. That's the end of that mosquito. It's the end of the world as we know it. Let me just see what is the arguments outside here. Oh, good morning, everybody. We are doing some run benchmark test. Apply. Three one four eight was the. And it looks like it runs rather stable. Hey, was so? Muss Papi das binden? Kom da. Ah, kom da. Ah, kom. Du musst mir Chance zu schauen, gell? Ja. Okay. Auf die Welt. So we got the family. Let's see. We do a CPU stress test. Very interesting. Nein, Karin, nicht in dieses Ton, bitte. So we are doing some stress testing. So let's see. Fuji International.
Looking at CPU reviews like this can be overwhelming, especially when you're looking at the newest CPU review and which CPU should you actually buy, and maybe that one's not in your price range, and there's so many CPUs and so many games tested, and then wait, there's games, but then there's also productivity tests and synthetic benchmarks, and the chips that are doing pretty well at a pretty good price point for gaming, like maybe Ryzen 5 7600X, reaching almost 96% of the performance of the flagship new 9950X in gaming.
Cheers!
Look at productivity applications, and now the 7600X is falling way down to about 62% of the performance. What's going on there? All of that. I get that choosing a CPU can be really confusing, especially right now where we have Intel 13th and 14th gen chips having stability issues. There is a new microcode out there, but do we really know what that's done? And, the reviews for the new 9000 series from AMD also very lackluster, especially when you're looking at the gaming side of things. And so I've been getting comments on my best GPU videos asking me to do one for CPUs, because I think a lot of people are feeling a little bit lost right now on what is the best CPU to buy. Well, I think that can depend on a variety of factors. As I hinted in the beginning of this video, there is a big difference between gaming and productivity workloads when it comes to which is the best CPU to buy. Now, my video is definitely going to lean more towards the gaming side of things, but I will address this split a little bit right here. So when we look at these lists for gaming versus productivity, by the way, I'm going to be using Tech PowerUp's review database.
Cheers!
It has a whole bunch of CPUs in it, and these were all, and this was fresh information for the new 9000 series launches. And I like how they lay out the chart with these percentages. I'm not using my own testing for CPUs the way I do for GPUs because, quite frankly, I'm not actually a CPU reviewer. I don't run these tests myself, so I am having to rely on other people's performance information to then give my opinion on buying information. Anyway, so I'll link the Tech PowerUp review here in the video description if you want to take a look at that. And anyway, so what's going on with this gaming versus productivity workload? So let's clarify some of this. One of the big differences is that in productivity applications like we're seeing here, and this is also the case in a lot of synthetic benchmarks, having more cores generally increases performance, because in a lot of productivity workloads, you can just split up the task between all of the cores, and it basically scales perfectly. Where the more cores you have, the more you can split up the task. Each core does a little bit of the job, and so the more ways you can divide it, the better. Whereas in video games, that generally doesn't work like that. While some of the things a video game can do can be split off into multiple cores, they do all end up having to be put back together, usually into like a primary thread. And the splitting things off and then putting them back together ends up sometimes kind of losing some of the benefit of splitting it off. This is really getting more into the weeds than it needs to, other than, let's just put it this way. Generally, in video games, having more cores past a certain point is not particularly beneficial. So oftentimes 6-core parts actually do great. 8-core parts are generally plenty, and scaling past 8-core 16-thread processors generally doesn't really do anything for you from boosting your gaming performance in the vast majority of video games. So that's why if you're buying a productivity CPU, you might want to get one of these big, 16-core 32-thread processors if the particular applications you use are heavily multi-threaded and scale really well with that. Whereas in gaming CPUs, oftentimes getting a 6 or 8-core part is plenty, and there's actually not really any additional gaming performance to be had from those extra cores. Also, you'll notice in gaming tests that AMD's chips that have this X3D at the end are oftentimes
What does not open the door?
outperforming their counterparts significantly compared to when we look at productivity application tests, where generally those X3D parts are falling much further down the list. So what's up with that? The X3D parts from AMD are really designed for gaming, because the games oftentimes, not every game, but many games, significantly benefit from having a larger cache size. So those X3D parts are stacking additional cache, which helps them a lot in certain workloads like gaming, but oftentimes doesn't really help in these big, heavily multi-threaded productivity workloads. Also, the X3D parts generally have to clock speed a little bit down in order to not overheat the 3D V cache. I'm oversimplifying a lot of this, but it gets the basic idea across, which is why something like a 7950 X3D in productivity will slightly underperform a chip like the 7950X that doesn't have that extra V cache, but can generally just clock those cores with the extra cache a bit higher. Whereas if we look at the gaming tests, we generally see the 7950X3D, notice that it is outperforming the 7950X that doesn't have that X3D cache on it, right? So the idea here is there's definitely actually a split in which CPUs make the most sense for gaming versus productivity. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and say that if you want the best gaming CPU right now, and you're not really concerned about saving a whole bunch of money in your budget or anything like that, in other words, you just want to buy the best, make sure you're getting the best gaming CPU, it is still the 7800X3D that is topping almost every reviewer's gaming benchmarks. Sometimes the 14900K coming in pretty close and in certain games winning. However, the 14900K from Intel right now, I'm not going to recommend for a variety of reasons. Number one is comparing pricing, and number two is the stability issues I mentioned with Intel's 13th and 14th gen chips. The new microcode that supposedly should stop those chips from degrading in the future hasn't been out very long, and so we don't yet have evidence that it has actually solved that problem. But again, if we just look at pricing, if I wanted to get a 7800X3D right now, to get basically the best gaming performance on the market, PC Part Picker is showing it as low as $308. However, I do have a comment on that. I actually followed that link because that seemed a bit too good of a deal. And I followed it to Amazon here, and this is coming from a third-party seller on Amazon that appears to be a new seller without a lot of reviews based in China. And oftentimes when that happens, these are actually fake listings where you don't end up getting the part, you end up having to kind of refund it, and they got your money for a while for free, basically. I don't know exactly why they and how those scams work, but I wouldn't go with that. If we look at shipped and sold by Amazon, they're listed at $390 with currently $40 off coupon. I do say coupon, not coupon. You can deal with that. Take it up with the comment section if you'd like. Anyway,
there goes mother with the children.
$390 minus 40 is $350. So you can basically get the best gaming CPU on the market for $350.
Okay, mate. Have a good one.
If you weren't scared of the Intel processors because maybe you have the new microcode or whatever, the top-end processors from Intel with the 14900K series is starting out at $536. So it's more expensive for generally slightly worse gaming performance, runs at significantly higher wattages, meaning to get the full performance you want, probably need to spend more money on a big cooler. And just in general, like I said, those stability issues are leading me to not really recommend them anyway. So from a gaming perspective, 7800X3D is absolutely still topping the charts, and yes, it is noticeably faster than the new 9000 series CPUs. And for those of you wondering, 9000 chips, the latest rumors on this from the various leakers who have gotten
Jesus God.
some inside information on it, and there are multiple of them kind of corroborating this, is that the Ryzen 9000 X3D parts won't launch until January, expecting a CES 2025 reveal. So if you wanted to wait until after January, potentially there will be better gaming CPUs on the market than the 7800X3D. But, is it worth waiting that long? And also, are they even going to be that much better than the 7800X3D? Because with the non-X3D parts, the 9000 series isn't much faster than the 7000 series. It's potentially the case that something better, they did something additional with the X3D parts to make them a little more exciting. But anyway, it's potentially going to be not all that exciting, and it is definitely not available right now. And it doesn't look like it's coming out in September, which had been the original rumors. I wonder if AMD had originally planned a quicker launch with them, but then has maybe backed down on that a bit. Now, I will say that there are some rumors that apparently there could be a 7600X3D part, which could potentially be a really good value and really strong performer for gaming, coming in September. But again, this is not official. This is a rumor from one source.
So now I can hopefully...
So very much could not be true. Anyway, so I do want to throw that out there. Now,
okay, so doing some testing to see where we can active core count 8. only use 12 gigabyte of RAM. Overclock the RAM might also have a rocket powered banana. No, I do not know what happened to that guy. Jake, I have no idea what happened to Jake. Jake just disappeared. And so let's see where we are in terms of. I can make this a little bit smaller. File logging. Now this is an extreme tuning utility from Intel. Intel with the Intel chip that I've got. I've got the i9 9900KF 3.6 gigahertz. Currently we are overclocking it to 4.47 gigahertz. So we'll see where we can stress it maybe to 5 gigahertz and overclock it like that and get a little bit performance out of the CPU, and then we'll also do a little bit of the MSI afterburner and do a little bit of overclocking on the GPU, getting ourselves informed. So it's doing the throttling. What it does, it runs it at absolutely the maximum, see where it is holding up, and it will give you a readout whether the CPU and the CPU in utilization as well as the CPU in temperature can handle that workload. As iRacing is rather demanding in terms of the resources when you're running at full graphics and also doing full graphics at three monitors, 349-inch ultra wides. That does make a difference. Let's just run the test. We'll just finish the test, and then we can see what we are dealing with. I'm not very impressed with this week's tracks. It's a little bit of a. I mean, the only one really worth running, I guess, is Road Atlanta, and there's not a lot of guys driving it. So there's only like 15, 16, 17 guys in the races. So this is actually, for me, it's the perfect week to test. So it tells you the CPU stress test with AVX2. just call it. Let me just call it test 2 and save it. And then we can see now when we go in and we do our AI race, AI player. So we've got a race here that we created with absolute maximum load on the CPU as well as the GPU on Daytona road course, because it's got so much extra layers that it needs to load, and this is exactly where when your CPU and your GPU can run this type of configuration. According to Daniel and John, this is one of the tracks and car combinations with all the graphics enabled to give you, if you can get 100 FPS with 3 full screens, or 140 FPS, which is what my screen refresh is 141, 144. We set it to 141, and this is the maximum FPS that my system will allow me. But I mean, honestly, 141 over 3 monitors is more than enough. So we are looking at various options. It's actually a very nice track. Oh, I see. There's the chicane on the back. Oh, cool. You have a good one, Fitz. Very important too. So currently we are at 117 FPS. We have the options. The graphics is absolutely at the maximum. Absolute maximum. We are gridding.
1 lap to green. Line up on the left side. Pit road is closed. No sign of this rain stopping.
It is raining.
You're on a dry tire.
And this is what we do not like to see. We do not like to see 32 FPS.
Catch stop 85. Chop.
But we've got the textures.
Catch stop 85. Chop.
I've got everything turned up to the max, so now I'm doing some stress testing. I'm doing throttling, everything.
Going green.
So here we have, even though
Pace car is in. Get green flag, green flag.
I want to see just that one corner. Now this is the one of the corners.
Right side. Clear on the right. Left side. Clear on the left. Clear left. Left side. They're showing us the black flag. They say you cut the course back there. They're going to hold you for a while. Still there.
So that is obviously not the way to go. And just want to go and see here. Oh, Erwin is also playing. Oh, he's good. I've no idea who Nigel Swan is. Oh, Swanee. Yeah, it's Swanee. Yeah, it's Swanee. There you go. Just want to see this guy's stats. September 6th, that was his last race there, and Mr. Number 2, that was his last race there. So he still had until the next morning after the race to race, and yeah, you see these guys are still. So let's see where
Yeah, quickly. Quick.
I don't understand why this continues to be a problem in 2024, but we're going to talk to you today about your CPU and motherboard combination might be trying to kill itself on purpose. NZXT's BLD is a quick and easy way to get a new gaming computer. Build a gaming PC on your budget using the built-in configurator, which now includes Intel's 14th gen CPUs featuring faster cores with increased core.
So let's see, what are we doing?
Ich zeige dir Zahlenbeweise, die den wahren Verfall der Gesellschaft dokumentieren. Hallo meine Lieben, ich habe in diesem Video ein paar Zahlen und Fakten. OnlyFans, das ist ein Webdienst, eine Plattform, ja, auch nicht sehr alt eingesessen. Und es bedeutet Bruttoumsatz 2020 2,2 Milliarden Dollar, 2021 4,8 Milliarden Dollar, 2022 5,6 Milliarden Dollar und 2023 6,6 Milliarden Dollar an Umsatz. Das heißt, die Mehrheit der Menschen hat niemals Geld. Ich verweise hier auf die Wohlstandspyramide, schau sie dir genau an. Aber solche Branchen boomen. Man muss dazu sagen, dass es im Internet genügend kostenlose Inhalte gibt. Das heißt, man müsste für solche Inhalte nicht zahlen. Und dennoch boomen solche Branchen. Und man frage sich, warte mal kurz, die soziale Kluft, die Spaltung geht immer weiter auseinander. Es gibt immer mehr Arme. Und bitte komm mir nicht mit, diese Inhalte konsumieren nur reiche Menschen. Das ist absoluter Nonsens. Das konsumieren von kleinst auf und dazu kommen wir auch. Der Boom kann also nicht gerechtfertigt werden durch die Knappheit am Markt, dass man sagt, oh ja, das muss ich eben zahlen, weil ansonsten gibt es das nicht. Nein, nein, es gibt so viel kostenlos, das kannst du dir gar nicht vorstellen. Ja, das ist sozusagen die Branche schlechthin, da kommen wir auch drauf noch zu sprechen. Aber hier in diesem Fall geht es tatsächlich noch eine Schippe weiter, und zwar es geht um Exklusivität. Nicht jeder kann das sehen, sondern nur du, und du hast dafür bezahlt und ich leiste mir das, und das ist sozusagen der Unterschied. Schauen wir uns mal ganz kurz einen Exkurs, die Pornobranche an sich an. Ja? 25% aller Anfragen im Internet drehen sich um Pornografie. Also das ist die Branche, das Interessensgebiet von der Mehrheit der Menschen, oder zumindest, wie gesagt, 25%.
Arrête! Your weapon. Give it to me. Fools.
You arrogant asshole. He didn't shoot. Consequences.
Fire! Fire! Arrête! Your weapon. Give it to me. Fools.
You arrogant asshole. He didn't shoot. Consequences.
Fire! I like your yard, Mr. Strong. How much would you take for it?
It's not for sale.
Not for sale. Okay. I just took a look around. I like this place. Fire for melting silver, canal to get it away. How much?
Nothing you see here is for sale, Mr. Gold.
Oh, everything is for sale. Everything. You tell Mr. Strong. I'm going to buy his yard.
This yard has been in his family since they settled it.
But I've decided to make it part of our deal.
Charlie? Charlie, come here. I'm gonna spin a coin for your yard, Charlie. If it's heads, Abby here takes all of this with my blessing. And if it's tails, I fuck your daughter, Mr. Gold.
I like your yard, Mr. Strong.
What the 4chan guys did was fucking amazing. This is what they did. Shia LaBeouf put up a flag in the middle of nowhere that said he will not divide us, and then had a live stream where you could go and look at the flag as it's waving in the breeze. They found the fucking flag. They found out where it was. And the way they found it was genius. They found out where it is by stars. They looked at the fucking stars and they figured out where the area is. Because when it's nighttime, you can see the stars on the live feed, and they figured out what constellation it was. They had one of their members go around with a car and beep the horn so they could hear the horn on the camera. And once they heard the horn on camera, then they knew he was there. They went to the fucking flag, took it down, put a Make America Great Again hat on and a Pepe the Frog thing up there, and the guy walks up to the camera and goes, "Fuck Shia LaBeouf."
I love it.
Whoa. Get off the bike.
One sec, wait.
Get off the bike.
Whoa.
Police officer.
What's going on? Jesus Christ, guys.
Dude, just had several robberies in the area. Can be searched, okay?
Okay.
The reason why me and my colleague are chatting to you is because we've done lots of moped robberies today.
Yeah.
This feminist finds out why you shouldn't call people out without knowing who you're talking to.
Why is courage only a masculine quality?
It's not that it can't be a feminine quality as well, but then you get into this, what is the definition of masculinity that can be positive, that doesn't upset the feminist? There's nothing, you say, oh, risk-taking, greater tolerance for dealing with like long hours at work, whatever it may be.
They do more dangerous jobs.
Yeah, of course.
That's just a fact.
Yeah, I mean, you
Men do the more dangerous
we
jobs.
do the more dangerous jobs. We do most of the fighting in the war.
Right, your job is very dangerous at this table.
I did serve in 2 war zones for the CIA.
This feminist finds out why you shouldn't call.
I was wondering what that noise was. It's the damn cane. I can't sleep with you banging around with that thing. Now you keep it down or we're gonna have trouble.
A big flag in your place prompted me to chat with your housekeeper. Turns out you're a citizen of the Great White North.
You broke into my apartment?
Falsely claiming that you won a medal in Vietnam.
You think I'm faking?
Canada did not send troops to fight in Vietnam, you idiot.
They sent troops to reinforce the 73 Peace Accords, which is where I tried to free a 12-year-old boy who stepped on a landmine. 36 years later, every second I feel pain in my hand like I'm still grabbing that boy's arm, even though my arm isn't there. So no, I'm not faking it.
Hi, honey. Phantom pain, your missing arm. This would be a lot easier if you do what the crazy guy who tied you up says. Put your hand in there. Now look, mirror magic. Your arm is back. Now clench both your fists. Now let go.
Oh my God. For 36 years I've been in pain, and it's finally gone. I was wondering what that noise was. It's the damn cane. I can't sleep with you banging around with that thing. Now you keep it down or we're gonna have trouble.
A big flag in your place prompted me to chat with your housekeeper. Turns out you're a citizen of the Great White North.
You broke into my apartment?
Falsely claiming that you won a medal in Vietnam.
The Byzantine Empire, often referred to as the last stronghold of Rome, left a significant legacy in terms of art, religion.
I became #1 salesman in the country.
Wow.
There was nobody anywhere close. And I was making over $1 million as an employee. I mean, I went and bought a Lamborghini. They were like, what the fuck are employees coming to work in a Lamborghini? Like, I won't say his name, but he said, hey, when the company sells, I'm going to give you $10 million.
Yeah.
They were getting prepared, and he terminated me. And I was like, completely sideswiped of it. So I went and worked for another company. They were struggling. We turned their company around immediately. I took my whole team over there. Everybody that was with me that I trained from the beginning. The first month that we showed up through their doors, we did $980,000 their first month. And so they were like, holy cow. He owed me a bonus. It was a small bonus, it was like $60,000, and he didn't pay me. The feelings of that clicked in immediately, and I told her, I was like, fucking done, start my own fucking company. I became #1 salesman in the country.
Wow.
Das ist schrecklicher weißer Phosphor. Aufgrund der aktuellen Situation wird die Phosphorbrandbombe jedem ein Begriff sein. Und ich zeige euch heute, weshalb weißer Phosphor als Kriegswaffe eine schreckliche und verbotene Substanz ist. Weißer Phosphor raucht an der Luft und entzündet sich bereits bei einer Temperatur von gerade mal 34 Grad Celsius. Ich verwende lediglich ein Streichholz und schon wird der Brand entfacht. Und jetzt kann ich euch direkt zeigen, weshalb der Einsatz von weißem Phosphor als Kriegsverbrechen gilt. Wenn ich eine Schüssel auf den weißen Phosphor lege, hört er auf zu brennen. Der Brand ist erstickt. Sobald ich die Schüssel jedoch wieder hochhebe, fängt der weiße Phosphor direkt wieder Feuer. Damit ist weißer Phosphor schlichtweg nicht dauerhaft löschbar. Er würde immer wieder anfangen zu brennen. Ich kann dieses Prozedere mehrmals wiederholen. Schüssel drauf, Feuer aus, Schüssel runter, Feuer wieder an. Während er brennt...
Ah, okay, so it does not like anything running. Oh man, I am trying to up the performance of the computer. let's see. And screen capture, and video capture, and profiles. Okay, so okay, so let's see what this is. Yes. Okay, so right, let's see now if we go in and do our AI single player, single race. And continue and race and see if that gives us any advantage.
It'll be dangerous and people might die. Well, for sure they're gonna die. Yeah. Maybe surprised. Some people think the idea is like, oh, Mars is gonna be an escape hatch, some luxury resort for rich people. I'm like, no, it's like high probability of death relative to Earth. It's a long journey. Food's probably not great. A lot of hard work. No sunlight. It sounds like Shackleton's ad for the Antarctic. It's like it's dangerous. It's a long journey. The food's bad. Might not make it back. But if you do, it'll be glorious. It'll be dangerous and people might die.
So let's see. We'll keep on running some tests today. We're not doing much of racing this week. It's kind of annoying that we have so much processing power and GPU power, and we run one application and we can't get it up to peak performance. So what we can do now is we can turn off everything in replay mode and see where we go in terms of performance, and then we can see what we have. Okay, let's just load it. We upped the core frequencies of the processors.
One lap till we go green. Line up on the left side. Pit road is closed. No sign of this train stopping. You're on a dry tire.
Okay. Let's just pause Now we go to options. I mean replay, I honestly need absolutely nothing there. No filter. All. No, I do not want full resolution. Hide the steering wheel, I do not need that. And done. And let's see where we are. Doesn't give us any more. But it's everything extremely clear.
Pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. Okay, punt it. They're showing you the black flag. What'd you do? They caught us speeding on pit road. They're going to hold you for a while. They're showing you the black flag. What'd you do? You didn't exit the pit safely. They're going to hold you for a while. You're on a dry tire. All the damage is repairable.
Okay, so that is also not the solution. Oh man. Let me go to Nürburgring. Nobody talking to me this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God.
Smith, Bentonville Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in Travis Stop. I appreciate that. Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show it to you too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to drink tonight.
Only one drink. You can ask Zachary.
I don't really want to talk
I
to
know
Zachary.
you don't, but I'm just saying.
Okay. Look straight ahead. You see tip my finger? Yes? No?
Yes.
All right. Follow with your eyes. Don't move your head. You understand that?
Okay.
You want to move your hair a little bit for me? Appreciate it. All right. Right here. Don't move your head.
You're making me giggle. I'm sorry.
Makes me giggle too.
Okay.
Let's get it together. Okay. All right. Stop laughing because you're making me laugh.
I'm not.
Right? Seriously.
I'm giggling.
And it's making me laugh.
You're smiling. I can't help it. Sorry.
Anyway.
I get nervous.
Oh, fuck. Hey, Bernie. Bernie. Customer.
You right there, mate?
You got out of the boot.
No thanks to you.
Yours?
So you want to tell me what the fuck's going on?
Those two idiots stole the suit, brought it here. They didn't know you were in the boot, bud.
So where'd you steal the car from?
No, we ain't saying nothing, man. I do MMA, cunt.
Yeah, fuck him up. Do you?
Oh, shit.
Want some more?
I was outside the hardware, man, outside in the car park outside the hardware store.
Can I have my phone, please?
Yeah. There you are.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, Bernie.
That's not a charge for...
Hello, license registration?
What are you pulling me over for?
I'll be glad to tell you as soon as you give me your information.
Well, I'll give you my information once you can articulate what crime I've committed.
Okay, license registration.
What crime have I committed?
Okay, step out of the vehicle.
What crime have I committed?
Step out of the vehicle.
This is being recorded.
I saw your camera. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. You're under arrest for disorderly conduct. Step out.
That's not a charge for...
Step out of the vehicle. You're under arrest for disorderly conduct. You gonna comply? Put your hands behind your back. There you go.
Supreme Court has ruled that giving you guys the finger is not disorderly conduct. Freedom of speech.
When I read all these studies, some of which of course you think are fake, or talk to the most educated researchers in my life, it all seems to disagree with you. So how do you pursue evidence-based policy if you ignore so much of the evidence?
Which studies do you read?
The fake ones, I guess.
Yeah, can you cite the studies you're talking about?
Yeah, I've got them all in my pocket.
Could you name even one of them off the top of your head?
No, I just threw them all out.
I know, but
they're all fake, right?
So these people you're being sarcastic because it's the last refuge of someone who has no answer. You say that I don't believe in modern science and you're such a sophisticate who reads all these studies. You don't read them. None of these people read them, and half the studies are irreplicable. So that's my complaint with modern science, is that it is fake, and you're proving to me that it's fake. You're not even relying on it. You're relying on a kind of gut intuition, which is really just a half-baked religious sense that a boy can be a girl and that the sun god is going to kill us all in 12 years or whatever AOC said 15 years ago. So even according to your own stated principles and premises, your arguments don't hold up. But that's true of most of the libs these days, I'm afraid.
When I read all these studies, some of which of course you think are fake, or talk to the most educated researchers in my life, it all seems to disagree with you.
We all talk about the pyramid and how could they have possibly built it. But do you know that in India, we have so many temples. The one with the highest...
What are we? We are on the Nürburgring.
Raja Cholan had built it. That particular temple has the highest atrium in the whole world. The top stone alone, it's a single stone that weighs 80 tons. 80 tons, not 1 ton or 2 tons. For this particular stone, they had to use a ramp which was 6 kilometers long. 6 kilometers long to get it up there. Without any machinery, without any cranes, which was pulled by bulls, elephants and people. And they didn't have plaster. It withstood 6 earthquakes. You know what happens when an earthquake comes. But do we know that? We all go to the pyramids, go see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We are actually appreciating a building that doesn't stand. It's falling over and wow, let's take a picture, let's take a selfie, and we're getting excited. But we have temples today that stand and they didn't use plaster. So think about our culture, think about how advanced.
So
You're on a dry tire.
where's
Just give us a
my...
few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
So here I got 56, 57 FPS. So here I get 60 FPS.
I kind of new Interlagos, and it's kind of new not because the track changed, but the track limits changed since we were last year in the series. So we're running the McLaren, race through as usual. Might still be a bit cold. Onto reverse flyer. Turn 1 we want to look at the 50. Right at the 50 on the outside.
Okay, so let's quickly see if we close iRacing and we go to our we are trying to overclock boost. Graphics, current, boost, validate, submit. DD, Amazon. DDR4 RAM, 32 gigabyte. Mine is but it's capped. So okay, so let's see this one. We're still trying to get a little bit. Do you know MSI Afterburner? Do you know it? I am just getting to. I've got it here. I've got MSI Afterburner. I also have this wonderful little tool called. Got it. Right. Open it. MSI Afterburner. Okay. Options. No. Where's options? Where's options? I do not see options. You mean settings? Okay. Then go to what is classic? Come on, you gotta help me here, dude. So this one I'm gonna start with MSI Classic. MSI Classic, cancel. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? MSI Classic. You wanna quickly come into my Discord? Wait a second. I'm gonna send you my Discord. I'm gonna send you my Discord server. Then it's better if you can talk to me. Let me just quickly invite people. There we go. Copy. Just gonna quickly reply to you. So there's my server. So come into chat for all. And just give me a second. I just need to quickly go to the toilet. Come in so long. I'll be back in a sec. Here we go. Are you there? I sent you an invite. I sent you an invite to my Discord. You have to click on it and accept. Go into your Discord and say accept. What is your Discord? What is your Discord? What is your Discord name? Give me your Discord. Okay, let me. Right. Okay, so you have to come into this chat for all. Are you there? I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. You're not in the call. Try again. Invite. Wait a second. There. Invite. There you are. But I still do not hear you. I see you, but I cannot hear you. Maybe your microphone is still muted. Just want to see if there's somewhere. Okay, so. Right.
Hello, now can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
now I hear you. There I hear you. Now.
Morning.
Good morning.
I hear. Hi from Spain.
Are you from
Yes.
Spain? Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
Great. Sorry, but I got only 5 minutes left.
No problem, no problem, no
To
problem.
start work, so I got 5 minutes. So I'm gonna try to help you. The
Okay.
problem that you have here is that you have to test all your car. I have seen that you have a 4760 Ti.
That's right.
So I see that you have a very enough overclock of your CPU, because I have seen something like 49,000, something like that.
Yep, yep.
I think that's great. But the problem that you have maybe is with of the GPU.
Yep.
The only thing that I can tell you that maybe you can OC as much, maybe some like 100 or 150, something like that, as much. I think that is gonna go further the credit card, and you're going to improve something like 10 FPS, something like that. I don't
Okay.
think you can go further, but maybe you can improve something your results, because I have seen that you go 38, 40, 50, as much as 60, and that's not good enough for you, and also for somebody that is streaming like you. So maybe we
Correct.
can improve that. The first do that you have to do is go to
Settings.
Afterburner, and then you have to go to Classic, because the other interface that I have seen in in Afterburner, I don't understand that. So maybe we can change it. So please go to
Okay.
the options, settings, settings, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Settings.
and
Yes.
then go to the left in the tabs, up, yep, to the right. Sorry,
On the right. Okay.
sorry for that.
User interface there. Okay.
Yeah, user interface. Yeah, please. And then go to an interface scanning properties. Yeah, set and it's you have to drop the user interface. Yeah, and default Afterburner B2 skin big edition, please. The second one,
The second one.
please.
That one.
The
Okay.
second one. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah. Okay. Apply. Okay.
There you go. It looks a lot better.
That's much better for me. So what
Yes.
you can see there is, you can see, that's great, man. Sir, the core voltage, you can put it at maximum, okay?
The core
But
voltage.
yeah, exactly. And you can, then you have all the power, let's say, there. Also, you have the core clock, but you have to test this,
Okay.
because you have the memory clock that you can increase. No, don't go too fast, man. So
Okay. Okay.
don't
Okay.
go too
Okay.
fast. What you have to do is, in order to make it work, and because otherwise you're gonna have, sorry, let me, otherwise you're gonna have, artifacts.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that means it's something, the artifacts is something like, it appears like a rainbow, something like that,
Okay.
around the graphics. Okay,
Okay.
so you have to avoid that. So what you have to do is rising like something like 10, 20, something like that, and test that everything is working. For
Okay.
that, I use, let me check with the program that I use for that, because you have to go increase 10 by 10.
Okay.
That's something that you have to tune up your graphic card in order to make it work as much as we can. And also be careful with the temps, because the temps are our enemy for gamers. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you have to do is check. Maybe you can open the side of your chassis in order to make it work better. But what you should, the technique here is have no secrets. Is just uh, um, um, uh, rising the ms the megahertz, in order to check that that goes okay, and then
Okay.
you have to check that in order to avoid artifacts with 3D Mark. Okay,
Okay.
3D Mark is a free program that you have in Steam, I think, and you have to check that. Okay, so
3D Mark. I use something like Heaven Benchmark.
yeah, also you can use that. Exactly. You can. What's your name? Sorry.
My name is Eve. Eve. You
If
just call me Eve. Yes.
if
And
please do this. This is something that takes time. You know that gamer is something that no have patterns. You have to have patterns. You have to do it. It's a technique that you have to use in order to improve your PC and to tune up as much as you can. So
what is
go
your name?
increasing.
What is your name?
My name is Fernando.
Fernando. Like Alonso, man. Like Alonso.
Yeah, but I am older than Alonso. So Alonso has the same name as I have. So I'm older, so exactly the name is Ali, yeah.
Exactly.
But if please do what I'm. Yes, if you want to. Okay,
Yeah.
this is not. Yes, as a friend.
Okay, so core voltage I can put 100%. Core clock I can do 10%, 10%, 10% until we
10%,
start.
no, 10 megahertz. Okay, go 10 megahertz. You do a test. The first time you can increase 50 or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Because you have enough room. I think I don't know how these graphic cards are overclockers or not. Maybe some of them are Silesium better than others. So it depends on the graphic card just not the model. Could also be that that batch that they have made that graphic cards maybe can be difference between them between models. So it's a
Absolutely.
lottery. We call
Mm.
it a silithium lottery,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and it depends on how your graphic card is gonna OC. So if it has been a pleasure for me to talk with
Hey,
you.
thank you a
You
lot,
are a great
Fernando.
streamer.
Thank
Many
you very
thanks.
much.
Please
Thank
take
you.
this advice.
I will do so.
Yes, many thanks for your
And
time. Many thanks for having me here and for hearing me. Have
thank
a
you.
nice day and see
Thank
you
you,
tonight.
Fernando.
If
To
you're
see you tonight. Thank you very much.
See
I will
you.
be
Thanks
online.
again.
Thank you, man.
Bye. Good
Cheers.
luck.
Cheers.
Bye.
What a great guy. What a great guy. Hey, morning, Mike. I had just had Fernando. He's off to work. He's helping me to what did he say? Help to run the benchmark, do the test. Let me just quickly see. Oh, this we can now put here. Overclocking, man. We are overclocking, dude. We are overclocking. Preset is extreme, 8 times, and full screen and run. And run the benchmark is F9. How are you, my friend? I am trying to drain the last little bit of power out of this PC to get the most FPS I can get, like something like 570 billion, trillion, gazillion in that direction. Not in that order. Not in that order. Yeah, that might be, but I will what I now do is I also do, there's also for the CPU where I'm now overclocking also the CPU very, very marginally. And we need to see that the how much did you spend, dude? Did you buy a new computer? But I tell you one thing, if we you can't say, oh, you broke the bank. Did you sell your brother's cat? Oh my God. I hear you, my friend. I've got 141 FPS. What I just do not know is how do I... This gives me a rather... Okay, so now I need to close this. Then we go again with... Where is it? Now we go 60. Enter. Right, and there we now need to F9 run and F9. What did you pay? Sorry, let me just see. Okay, that is. Let me just move that out of. Dude, I am very, very. Um, so now I'm getting less FPS. Okay, wait, it's still calculating. There you go. Chat for all, join voice. Let me see. Are you there? No, you're not there yet. Where is... There he is. Good morning, goeiemorgen, goeiemorgen, goeiemorgen. Heilige goeiemorgen, hoe gaat het?
Hey Eve, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man, I'm good. I am stress testing. I just wait for this fucking thing to explode.
Oh, I just talked to my wife if I want to stress test.
Oh, no. If I talk to my wife, that's enough stress testing for me. I'm talking about my computer, mate.
So yeah, I spent too much money, man. I still need to buy a new graphics card because I'm on an AMD card, which is not a bad card, but
Which one are you looking for?
I want to get the 4080 Super,
Okay.
which is €1,000.
Okay.
It's still a lot of money.
Sell the wife. Sell the wife. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good trade-off.
We start with one kidney and go from there.
Exactly.
Anyway, but before I haven't purchased a card yet, but I ordered a new motherboard.
Okay.
Which because that's where it all starts basically, and I think that was my bottleneck. I had a pretty old card, a motherboard.
Yeah. Which one did you have?
I had a 470. I don't know all these numbers, man. All these freaking numbers, but I
Get
have a
yourself
B650, pretty new one.
Get yourself this little application. It's called CPU Z.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong, but I ordered it. It's not in yet. It will arrive next week. So I'm doing it all on the top of my head. Give me a second, because I know that the motherboard I'm going with is an AM5, which is basically the new for new CPUs, right?
That's correct. That's also for the new class CPUs, also for DDR5. Your RAM modules.
Exactly. Yeah. So I went with an AM5 motherboard, a pretty good one, Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite or something, V2. And I'm thinking about going with the. I thought about going with the CPU 7900X. That's an AMD Ryzen 9.
Yeah.
And I'm going with 64 gigabytes of RAM.
Well, actually, 32 gigabyte of RAM is more than enough.
Yeah, I thought so.
We do not need 64 gigabyte of RAM yet.
Well, yes and no, because I'm a graphic designer as well.
So of course, you need it for Photoshop.
This is not going to be a system for pure gaming only. I'm doing Photoshop and video editing and stuff like that. So I need the best I can get, of course.
Exactly.
There
goes the second kidney.
Yeah. So it's going to be a beefy system, I guess. But, it takes a while for the stuff to get here.
Correct.
But yeah, Fernando sounded like a pretty nice and helpful guy.
He just jumped in and he said, "No, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong." Let me help you before you mess it up.
It takes a while to just tune it, you know. I mean, the best way to test this with Heaven is go offline, go full screen, set everything to max settings in your Heaven, like 4K or 1440. I don't know the settings, but you have presets, and I think the preset is extreme.
Yeah.
And then let it run, and if you see artifacts like Fernando said, then you're going too far with your clock. So like he said, you need to take baby steps with 10.
What does he mean by artifacts? Because that's something I do not.
Well, if you see some it starts with tearing. You know, when you see pixels added, it's hard to explain, but you can tell when things look different than it's supposed to be. I mean, you're looking at this image
of
this Zeppelin and well, if you do this test over and over again, you know exactly how it should look like. You know what I mean? And at some point, when you just cross that point that it's not looking pretty, and you start seeing weird coloring or
Weird
maybe
linings at the
weird
edges.
linings, or maybe just added just weird things
Yeah.
that's should not supposed to be there. Then you know that you went too far. So
Ah,
you need
okay.
to find. It's all about tuning and finding that sweet spot, basically.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
But
Excellent.
you can push that card. The 4060 Ti is yeah, it's more than enough. I'm not sure about your CPU though. You have an Intel?
I have an Intel i9. There it is. The i9 9900KF.
Yeah, that one is pretty good. So it should be more than enough. I
And
don't understand why your FPS is kind of stuck at 45 or 50 FPS in iRacing. I don't get that.
I think it could be because if you look at iRacing, let me just show you here. If you look at my display settings, I am pulling 349-inch ultra wides.
Yeah, but I'm pulling in VR, which is basically two 4K screens.
Yeah,
So
you're right. You're right.
I don't get that. I mean, my system on paper looks less beefier than yours, and I'm.
Well, not yet. You sold the kidney.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get there at some point. But for now, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, yes, you have more monitors, so that is more stress on the system. But you have a 4060 Ti and an i9 card, which is an i9 CPU. It should be you should be pushing out 90 FPS with ease.
Yeah.
Actually, and especially in iRacing, because iRacing isn't that crazy demanding. If you go in something like Cyberpunk, you know, stuff like that, or even CS:GO, the shooter, or Modern Warfare, stuff like that. That stuff is more demanding on your system than iRacing. It's a pretty old engine, so I don't get it. Why it's that? What is holding back?
There must be something that is set wrong. It could be something on the motherboard. It could be something on the memory, that the memory clocking. It could even be the memory, because the memory is only doing 2,100 megahertz.
Yeah, that's not that much.
But I've also got 64 gig. But that does not matter if your memory is slow. I mean, the bottleneck would probably be the slowest part in all of your components, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So the slowest component that I can think of that I currently have is the memory. So what I'm looking at is maybe I do not know. You know memory. So I've got here. Let me just start up. My memory is DRAM frequency is at 1600. That should be at 3600 or
something like that. Yeah.
Exactly, and for some reason it's not.
Okay, so that sounds like something in your BIOS might be set wrong, but it's so difficult to do it with a distance that you and me have at the moment.
We're on the same continent. It's that's not
that's true. If you pay my train ticket.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem.
I
there
mean,
you
I
go.
sold my kidney, so I can't afford a train ticket.
How's your streams going, man?
Yeah, stream wise, it's going good. I mean, I enjoy doing it, and yeah, it's fun. I'm close to getting a 1K followers, so that's cool. But the racing itself is not going great lately. I don't know what it is.
The last week was horrible, my friend. Everywhere.
Yeah, and the thing is, I normally perform better when I'm not streaming. None of my viewers believe that, but it's a fact, because you're less distracted. You know.
Correct.
You know how
Correct.
that works.
Yeah, and you look at the chat, and you know you're coming into a
I'm
corner.
looking at chat when I'm in a corner, mid corner, which is not great. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's kind of okay. I mean, I enjoy streaming when I can, but it's set to I don't know. I wish I had a normal schedule that people know what to expect. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
you have the time. No offense, but you
Hmm.
have a lot more time than I have, and I have a young family as well. But and you're writing a book, which is awesome. We all have hobbies, and I wish I just
Dude, did you know that
had
I
more.
also have a young family?
Yes, I heard that, but
My boy
still,
is my boy is
but
6, and then the other one is 3, and my wife is pregnant. So, and the
holy
little
shit.
girl will be born in about 6 weeks.
Okay, there goes your stream schedule.
No, 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 no,
Yes.
no. That's the woman's job.
Oh, she known that
I'm
already. Or
I am a South African, my
yeah,
friend,
yeah.
and
You just
and
give the
and
kids,
we
and that's it.
and
It
I
ends there.
you know, they say a woman is whatever you give a woman, she replicates, and she
Well,
gives it to you back in multiplications, right?
okay, I should be
So
worried then.
yeah. If you give a shit, you will make yourself ready for a ton of fucking problems.
Oh crap.
So no, what I did now with Fernando is I now took now this MSI Afterburner, and I'm now looking at increasing the core clock, the fan speed, and then now I am also looking for a program to work on the memory to you know to because I can do it with the processor, I can do it with the graphics card, but I still need to overclock the memory.
Is that even possible? I didn't know that.
Yes, let
Oh
me
man.
see.
I mean, I know stuff, but I don't know
I used to be a system
much.
engineer. I used to be a system engineer, but you know,
Right.
graphics is not my strong point. I can work on server systems and mainframes, and I can build you a whole data center, but not one that is that is graphic intensive. But this is a new field for me, so a new area. So I'm just quickly here overclock
Okay.
memory.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know you could even overclock your RAM. I mean, why would you? I don't think that RAM sticks are that expensive, is it? I mean, I was
No, they are cheap, dude. They are so cheap. If you go on Amazon, and I mean, like I said, I can basically, if you look at uh, DDR4 RAM, 32 gigabyte. 32 gigabyte is more than enough.
yeah.
There's 32 megahertz. Uh, but that is also mine is also 36 megahertz, 3600.
Mm,
But it only runs at 11112.
yeah, I think I don't know. Something is wrong in your bias, I think, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Aha, that is a good point. So I can
I
go
mean,
and
maybe even there isn't a bias update. Could be. I'm
I
not sure how long ago you checked that, but
I am gonna do that right now. I'm gonna
it
do
could.
that right now.
It's a. I mean, don't pin me on this one, but it is a tricky process. So when you start working in the bias, things can go to shit really fast.
Absolutely.
So you need to you need to know what you're doing, but just
Oh no,
first
I
check
do.
if
I
there's
do.
even an
I do.
update.
Yes.
If there's even an update for your motherboard, could be. Um,
Pro firmware update. Update the BIOS. That must be quite old.
378. I don't know that brand that
Oh,
model.
it's a very old board. It's about 4 years old now.
Yeah,
So there should be.
sounds like you benefit a lot if you change that. But then again, then you need to start from scratch because if you change your motherboard, then the whole Windows needs to be
Correct.
reinstalled, and your
Right, exactly.
parts you can't really change parts without going
No, well,
to
if I can
scratch.
only do the BIOS update, maybe the
Yeah,
new.
I don't know. It could work. Just check if there is an update, and if that, I mean, you need to check everything. It's not only the graphics card. It's not only the CPU. Not only the RAM. It's all combined.
Everything has to
So
be.
everything has to be in harmony. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One of the guys that I used to work with, he said, your data flow is like a hose pipe, not like a beer bottle.
Right.
You need to have it in one stream flowing,
Yeah.
not tapered into the slowest thing in the process will block
Yeah.
everything else.
And then again, what I told you before, if you not looking at hardware, if you talk about software, I gained so much by only putting my OBS on a different PC.
By the way, that say that. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. I found this in my garage yesterday. I found this in my garage yesterday. There you go. A little HP PC.
There you go. There you go.
There's my streaming PC.
There you go.
Aspire Core i5, I believe,
and that's more than enough streaming. I mean,
Yes.
I think I have an i5 with a 1080 card, but you don't need much because the only thing that PC is worried about is just encoding in OBS and sending it to Twitch.
Or to the restream.
Yeah, but so that's the only thing that the stream PC is worried about.
Correct. So I'm also
and you
taking
take a lot of load off of your game PC. Trust me.
Correct. I will also the screen that I have here on top. I will also throw that as my streaming PC onto the streaming PC, so that I do not have. Then I have one monitor less to pull on my card.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I'll get it done, dude. Either way.
I'm sure you will. At some point.
We will. Yes, of course.
But yeah, it's not something that you do in an afternoon. It's I mean, if you really want to push out the best out of your system, it's difficult to find what is the bottleneck if it's not working. You know what I mean? And so normally I decide to just backing stuff up and go from scratch and update my BIOS, update this, update the graphics card, and just start from zero.
Exactly.
That works. That works wonders. But my system is getting old as well, so I decided to upgrade.
How old was yours? How old was yours?
I think 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, that is about the time.
And I had a 5800X CPU, and that one is actually very good still. So I think I can still sell it.
But, yeah, I mean, if you can get 2, 3, 400 for it, or
that would be great. Yeah, I'm not sure if that works, but
put it on eBay and put it on an auction. Start at 250 or something, and let the guy chase it down. And I mean, it is.
And that's the great thing about PC parts and upgrading. You can 9 out of 10 you can sell your stuff that you have. I mean, there's always someone willing to buy it. So
exactly. So let me just quickly close this.
Anyway, I need to get some coffee. Be right back, man.
Okay, man. Have a good one. I'm gonna log off at some stage because I want to do the BIOS update. I actually had to go and buy a keyboard yesterday with a cable.
Oh.
Because you cannot get into the BIOS.
Right.
If you cannot
without a cable,
without pressing delete or F2.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can. There's a way to go from Windows to the BIOS with the startup procedure.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal because in the BIOS you haven't got all the keyboard functionalities.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
which is a bastard. Anyway, Mike, it was so good to talk to you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Now, grab that coffee and
I will do.
Greetings to the wife and say goodbye to the kidney. It's okay. It's okay. We'll.
Will do. Speak to you again, buddy.
Have a good one, man. Have a good
Bye-bye.
one. Cheers. Oh man, what people have I met here on YouTube? We are only such a great community. Let me quickly see here. I've got the sound going. I've got the FPS running. Now the FPS is running at it looks actually quite good. Okay, so we can close it. There we can close it. Then we can up it by another 20 core clock megahertz, and we can then run and F9. This is actually quite interesting stuff. And then you have to click benchmark. So it takes a while to work up the FPS. Okay, now also to take into account, my screen cannot go any higher than 141 megahertz. Refresh rate, FPS. Well, it just did. Cool. Okay, let us do a quick memory clock. Apply. And now let's run this. Afterburner, okay, temperature, CPU usage. Let's run this. I love this. I love this testing, man. Let's do this. This is great stuff, man. This is great stuff. Now what I need to do is, guys, I need to close the stream. And then we can see I had a brother I would I'm gonna close OBS and because I'm running some tests and I also have to sit and do the BIOS update to see that we can have the CPU and the memory aligned with I can do it like this. This thing is quite graphic intensive. So I'll see you guys soon.